So, I just listened to Donald Trump's inauguration speech. I was originally going to do a full commentary on it, but then I decided, no, it's not worth it. It's not worth doing a full video on, because there really isn't much to say about it. But I did have quite a few issues with it. We're going to go through a couple of them right now. There are some things with Trump I agree on. I agree with him on bringing jobs back from China. I agree with him on deporting illegal immigrants. I disagree with him, though, on some very keen issues mentioned in this speech. The first one is he claims that we've basically not spent enough on our military. Okay, Donald, you want to know how much we spend on our military? $711 billion. You want to know how much the rest of the world spends on their military combined? $695 billion. That's like, we spend $16 billion more dollars than every other nation in this world combined. And that's a lot of money. And if we were to cut our entire military spending budget by half, we'd still be paying more for the military than the rest of the world. I did have, the other issues I have was he said, this country's protected by God. Yeah, a note from every atheist and agnostic in this country, as well as every decent secularist. Screw you. That's my full response, just, why? Yeah, you're losing all atheist and agnostic votes in 2020 just for that alone, Donald. And that alone wasn't all that bad. Just earlier on in the speech, and this part annoyed me much more. He said, in the Bible, it said all of God's creatures should get along, and how we need to stand together in America. He basically said stand together plus God, because that's the best way to get conservative points. He makes the claim that earlier on in the speech, this is really disorganized. He makes a claim that ravages from other countries. I was just thinking, wouldn't savages have been a better term other than, it's like, I don't hear the word ravages used that often. Just wouldn't savages have made much more sense in that context? And the last thing he said that just annoyed me was how we are going to give the government back to the people. Okay, Donald, let me read you some numbers real quick. Donald Trump, that is you, got a total of 62,980,160 votes. That's quite a bit. You got 45.9% of the popular vote, in fact. Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton got 65,845,063 votes, or 48% of the popular vote. Donald, should I tell you that if the government was truly given back to the people, you would have given the election to Hillary Clinton? Now, don't get me wrong, I don't like Hillary Clinton all that much. I just find it hypocritical that people are saying, Trump is going to give the country back to the people. Okay, but he didn't let the popular vote decide by the people deter him. Well, that's different because mob rule, pure democracy. I totally know what that means, by the way. Propaganda. Oh, crap. I wasn't supposed to say that part out loud. Dang it! But yeah, and overall, though, the speech was actually really good. I was surprised. The only other part I didn't like, this was the only big part that kind of annoyed me, like, it wasn't even all that much, is when he said, we need to get people off of welfare and back to the job market. Or back working. There's much more nuance to welfare checks. There's much more nuance to tons of things, in fact. There's much more nuance to multiple and more issues than Trump's admitting. It's just idiotic to claim, no, we're going to get them off welfare. There's more to that, though. And these are just the only real complaints I had with it. I personally still liked Trump's speech overall. I actually think it's one of the better things he did. But that's really it. I'm Sifro Joe, and good night.